What's going on, people? So it is 9th of January. Join me in Johannesburg in my hostel. So, and I'm here. This place is called Curiosity. They have hostels in 2 or 3 places in South Africa. So a bit of a kind of brand, and it seems quite decent. Weren't very many good options for hostels, so I chose this one. It's in the Mabong district, so it's not the safest. So basically, you can only stay on the street. You can walk at the hostel, you can walk on the street called Fox Street, but you can't walk off the street. It's too dangerous. So that makes life interesting. And the area does seem a bit. I think you've got to have your wits about you. No phones out, etc. Is what I've been told. So that's kind of a bit of a quick run through the hostels. I thought I'd just start with that because I don't think I've really reviewed them this whole trip. So it's there somewhere for anyone who wants to kind of see where I've been staying. Arrived at Johannesburg earlier today, got my flight from Durban to Joburg, didn't do anything yesterday, didn't film, was just read most of the day and then went to get some food, stopped by a paddle tennis club, got chatting to some guy about paddle and then came back home, nothing major. Got my flight from Durban to Johannesburg today and then arrived at my hostel, got a taxi. And yeah, just chilling. I'm really tired, I'm struggling with tiredness, so just chilling at the minute. Just going to nip out shortly and get some water. Final few days in South Africa, 3 and a bit days here in Joburg. It's got a few bits planned which I'll take you through. Township tour, gonna try to go to a cricket game, a few little bits. So yeah, try and take you along. And safety's key. I don't know what I'm going to be able to film. Try and film bits, and if it means I'm just kind of talk to you about what I did, I obviously will do that. Apparently the guy in the taxi was saying it is a bit safer in Joburg than it used to be, which is a good sign. But obviously I've just got to be careful. Safety is key. As much as I'm trying to document where I am, safety is key in Paramount. It's as simple as that. I think the only thing that's frustrating me is just like, you kind of like distort you a bit in terms of trip. So for example, the township tour I want to do tomorrow, I think it's about 35, 40, 50 quid for the whole day. And it's quite expensive, but the problem is if you try and do it by yourself, it's just quite unsafe. And obviously I'm here by myself. I have to think about, yes, it might be 30, 40 quid, but if something goes wrong, phone gets nicked, etc., or, have issues, it's just not worth the risk. So what I'd probably say is just accept you're going to get rinsed on tours. There isn't anything else you can do about it. It's better to be safe than sorry, especially in a place like South Africa where, you have to really be careful. Just chat with some other lads in my hostel, and again, they've kind of echoed my thoughts in terms of safety. Yeah, that's kind of it. I'm just going to chill. For a bit. Like I said, nip out, get some water, and just chill, get some dinner, and then call it an early one. And tomorrow I'm on a tour, and then we'll kind of see how Saturday and Sunday kind of progress. I will see you guys later on. Good morning, Friday, first full day here in Johannesburg. So today I'm going on a township tour, going to visit a few sites, visit the Soccer City Stadium, which was the main stadium used in the World Cup, visit Soweto, one of the main townships here in Johannesburg, a visit at Apartheid Museum, etc. So that is what is in store for today. I'm going to take you on with you, so catch you shortly. Just waiting for the bus now. So we are in Soweto Township on the tour, being led by my tour guide Kaiser. So this area is basically one of the most significant points, I suppose, in South African history. I have see that photo there. It shows a child who's been shot. So long story short, there were some riots that took place here. This was around the time that kind of the world was turning a blind eye to kind of what was going on in South Africa. That photo was basically taken showing what was happening to kind of black people and the apartheid movement, etc. And that got released to newspapers, and that basically forced people in power to come to the negotiating table with the ANC to try and basically allow freedom for kind of black people and end kind of the anti-apartheid kind of laws, rules, restrictions, etc. 16th of June 1976. And then so basically the riots happened around here somewhere, and the boy was kind of moved over to that museum to kind of like help him, but I think he unfortunately passed away. It just looks like a normal square without all this. It's just like a normal square, but this is a huge part of South African history, and I suppose world history. Very, very interesting. There's on there. Represents site and commemorates the student rising against barter education in 16th of June 76. Around 15,000 school children gathered in protest. Unarmed police confronted them. this, was kind of a key significance. Pays homage to the students of 1976 who sacrificed their lives to basically allow kind of a learning education, because obviously black children weren't allowed to kind of have education, etc. You were either exiled or you basically had to go and find employment. You weren't allowed to be educated, so they uprose, and then obviously it led to kind of children being shot and whatnot, and then it kind of culminated in kind of ANC being allowed to come to the kind of negotiating table. It's okay, it's okay. This is the corner where Hector Pearson, who I was talking about earlier on, this was where he was shot and killed during a clash between police and students in the uprising against Afrikaans as a medium of instruction. So you got the memorial there. The barricade was like there. The dog was released. You got a bit of memorial there, but yeah, this is the street where possibly changed the course of kind of South African history. And then we're going to go down there, and this is the only street in the world that has two Nobel Peace Prize winners, Desmond Tutu and Nelson Mandela. So we're going to head down there shortly.
So every 5 years you will paint them, because every company will...
Soweto done, Nelson Mandela's house, where the riots were, Desmond Tutu's house, lunch. Then we got a bus to the Soccer City Stadium, home of the opening and closing ceremonies and the final of the 2010 World Cup. 98,000 seater, very impressive stadium. It kind of sits on a bit of a hill, so you can kind of see it from various areas of Johannesburg. So quick stop there, a few photos, and now we are here. This is the Apartheid Museum, so I'm going to spend the next hour and a half, 2 hours at this museum understanding the apartheid. So let's go and have a wander. Right, we are back at the hostel. Really good day in the top, would recommend it. Bit on the pricey side, but safety's key. So what did we do? We did Soweto, Nelson Mandela's house, Desmond Tutu's house, went to the Apartheid Museum, had some lunch, Soccer City, and then we finished with Apartheid Museum. Did I mention that? Yeah. So really good day. And we finished off by getting one of the local taxis back into Johannesburg. They have these white kind of minivans, and you basically like put your finger up in terms of where you're going. So think like that is like city, and like that is like I can't remember. I think you're going out of the city, and then there's like that motion, and basically you stand on the side of the road and you indicate one of those signs to help the driver decide where. If he's got space, he'll hoot the horn to see if he's got space in the van, and if he does, he'll see your signal and take you to where you're trying to get to. So we got one of these minibuses back into the city, and then my tour guide knew one of the people inside the van, so we were just having a bit of a chat. It was really interesting. Yeah, a really good tour, and it's kind of, I feel like this is the time I've probably seen probably the most authentic bit of kind of South Africa. Obviously there's been like loads of it where it's very touristy and very like, I haven't been able to see the real South Africa because of safety. You can't just walk around. Whereas I think this is, you know, doing something like that where you're getting a minivan and you go through all the little like towns and stuff, all the little kind of areas as you get into the city. That was really authentic. I'm glad I got a chance to do that because that's what traveling's about for me. Yes, I want to see the touristy bits, but also I want to get a feel of the place. And getting on a little van was kind of cool. So yeah, really good day. Now, not sure what the plan is. I'm just going to chill, I think. It's been a long day. 4:30 now, so I've been out since 10. So it's been a long day, so I'm going to chill and I'll grab some dinner, I think. Nothing else I want to do. So I'll catch you guys possibly tonight. Nothing else I'm going to film. Tomorrow, hopefully go to the cricket, probably do another tour. And that should be that, I think. So that's the plan for the tomorrow. But yeah, I'll catch you in a bit. Saturday, 11, right, it's like 4 o'clock in the afternoon now. So, morning, I did a walking tour around the Mabang district, which is where my hostel's based, and then we went from the Mabang district, did our district, then we walked into the inner city and did a few of the stops in the inner city. Really, really good, really interesting walking tour. Bit on the expensive side, but I think, again, safety, only been here for 2-3 days, not really knowing the city. It was actually really, really good and would recommend it if you're in Johannesburg. So went around all our districts, got to know the areas, got to see how the street art, went to like this rooftop kind of venue with a lovely view over Johannesburg, over Ellis Park, over the inner city, over the south of the city, etc. Then we went to the architecture and stuff like that, took us around all the kind of main buildings in our district. And then we walked into the inner city and went all the way to the west of the city. So the west of the city is where kind of Nelson Mandela's lawyer's office was based out of. Then all the way there, went via a few stops in the city. So went to Mahatma Gandhi's kind of square, went there, went to the magistrates' court, went to Bramfontein, which is another district. It's like a student district, and then we got an Uber all the way back. I don't know how this is going to be structured. You may have just seen it, or I might just put it on the end of this and show you all the different little bits and just kind of name it. I haven't decided. We'll see how the editing goes, but really, really good, and would recommend it if you're here in Johannesburg because of the safety issues, really, because it's very hard to understand where you should and shouldn't go. I'll give you an example. For example, our area is fine, it's pretty safe, but then there's a bridge, and if you go past the bridge for a couple of blocks, it's almost like you have to ideally be with someone. So our tour guide's been doing this for years, so like he just kind of knows everyone, and it's pretty safe. But there's a couple of blocks where he was like, put your phones in your bags, don't have anything out. And then once we got past those blocks, went into the inner city. Inner city is absolutely fine. Honestly, the parts of it just like felt like I was in like Manhattan or like a big city or like London. It just really, really safe. But obviously the problem with Johannesburg, you have these little pockets where if you end up going in the wrong district, it obviously can be quite dangerous, or kind of, you have to really be kind of looking around, etc. Would recommend it. Fantastic. I would say today was out of 10, I'd give it like a 9. Really enjoyed it. I think yesterday I'd probably give it like an 8. Downsides yesterday, it was just quite long, few stops, lunch was a bit long, etc. There was like about 3.25 hours of walking around the city, and it was absolutely fantastic. Doing the Soweto tour and doing like an inner city tour if you can. There are obviously tourist buses, but I think that like because of the state of the city and because of the state of safety, probably doing an inner city tour with a tour guide is probably better, especially when we're here for a short time, just so you can kind of acclimatise to Johannesburg. I think it just kind of proves like, people kept saying, Johannesburg's unsafe, Johannesburg's unsafe. Well, yeah, it is if you don't know where you're going. Like most places in the world, if you don't know where you're going and you put yourself at risk, then obviously it is unsafe. And I do understand, obviously, South Africa is slightly more unsafe than other areas of the world, but it shouldn't stop you wanting to come here because it's fantastic. So, had lunch, now just chilling, probably going to have a quick nap, and I think I'm going to go to the cricket. It seems like the weather's going to hold off, so I'm going to go to the cricket, which is kind of in the north of the city. I need to buy my ticket, etc. So that is my evening's activities, and then I'm going to go for some dinner around Sandton, which is a nice area in the north of the city, and then kind of head back. So that's the plan for this afternoon. I will catch you at the cricket. See you in a bit. Okay, Sunday, 12th of January 2025. Gonna keep doing that for a while. 2025, 12th of January 2025, final full day here in South Africa. So, last night didn't do anything, didn't end up going to the cricket because the weather was a bit iffy. I was actually a bit tired, to be honest. Had a bit of an issue with a Uber Eats order taking 3 hours for dinner last night, not ideal. So that was yesterday. Today, so get up, final day. I am here. This is a place called Sandton. So this is about 15 minutes north of the CBD, and I'm not being funny, this is a different world to the city centre. It feels safe, it feels clean, there's lots of money knocking around. The buildings are like, they look almost futuristic. So this is a completely different scene to the centre of Joburg. So Sandton is probably, I think it's the most, around this area, I think is the most expensive kind of area in Africa, I believe. I might be wrong here. Something along those lines, where it's one of the most expensive areas, if not the most expensive area in Africa, in terms of kind of, I think, house prices or price per square foot or whatever. So that's around this kind of area, and this is the Sandton Mall. And this is Nelson Mandela Square. You can see Nelson over there, or statue of him. So, plan for today is I'm going to just have a nosy around this area. There's 2 or 3 areas. I'm basically going to work my way back to the city, I think. Right, so apparently I can't film on my camera because you need a permit. Even though if I film on phone, it's fine. It makes no sense. Anyway, I can't remember what I was up to. I'm on phone at the minute. So basically I'm here. This is the Nelson Mandela Square. And I'm going to have a walk around the mall and have a walk around Sandton, which is like an area around here. So, and then I'm basically going to work my way backwards towards the city. There's a few places I want to go to. So yeah, that's about it really. So I will catch you shortly. Inside the mall, just having a wander around the outside, and I keep coming back to it. Feels like I'm in a big city. Feels like I'm in a Miami, or feels like I'm in a New York, or feels like I'm in Dubai. It's crazy, like that money that's knocking around here, and it's completely different to kind of the city centre. I'll just show you a bit of a view now, panoramic view. Yeah, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. You wouldn't believe this is the same city. 15 minutes later, you're in like literally just could be any city, and it just feels safe, Famous last words. Right, I'll catch you in a bit. So in a place called Rosebank, it's basically another mall. Again, similar to the first place, I forgot the name. Santon, I forgot the name. It's just similar kind of vibe. Not as good, but still like, it doesn't feel like I'm in Johannesburg. It was a different world. Completely different world. Right, I finished the boat, just had a quick walk around, and now I'm going to head to the final stop of the day, which is a place called Pankhurst, I think. I'm head there now. Right, so this, I think, is my final stop for today. This is an area called Parkhurst. So this is about 5 minutes west of Rosebank Mall. And honestly, it's a different world, mate. It's like a different world. It's a completely different world. In Australia, I keep saying this. Everything's like tidy and nice, and you don't feel you're gonna get robbed, and the restaurants look amazing, and it's just a vibe. It's just tell, like, I wish you around now, but it's a completely different world from CBD. Completely different world. I'll turn you around now. And honestly, some of the houses we're driving from Rosebank to here, oh, unreal. Like, obviously they've all got compounds. Wow, unreal. Yeah, 1,000,000 miles away from the city centre, and yet the city centre is 15 minutes away. A completely different life. Compare this area to where I was yesterday, where on the tour, where you've got rubbish on the streets, you've got abandoned buildings, you've got homelessness, you've got drug addicts, you've got all that. Unless you're 10-15 minutes away, you're in a completely different world where, yeah, obviously you still have the security on the houses and the electrified fences and the high walls, but you don't have as much security in terms of like security guards outside. There is still police knocking around and stuff, but I happily can walk around here all day. No issues, feel safe. It's mad. And this is what I mean, is like, everyone said to me, oh, Johannesburg is unsafe, but does this look unsafe to you? No, it looks like a normal place, like just a normal town, or a normal like village. Madness. So just walk past the estate agency. And honestly, some of the houses you get in here, like, it's ridiculous. Let me show you. So that one, 24,000 rand per month. Look at that. 3 bed, 3.5 bathroom, 4 parkings, pool. That is £1,000 a month. Now in Manchester, you're just about getting a 1-bed flat for that nowadays, about 900 upwards. In London, you're probably getting a room in a share house for £1,000 a month in some areas. And here, you're getting 3 beds, 3.5 bathrooms, 4 parkings. Unreal. And then look at this one. This one's Sea Point. This one's in Cape Town. 5.25 million rand. 2 bed, 2 bath study, 2 secure parkings, communal pool. And it looks like, I think you get like really nice views there. But that is about, I think £400,000, £300,000, I think. Just double check. It's something around that kind of figure. No, sorry, £210,000. Around that kind of figure. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Some of the houses you get in here. That one, 4 bed, Parktown, prime location, 8.25. That's probably what, 330k. Just ridiculous. I don't know what it says. I know it says that how ridiculous UK house prices are, or how affordable for a Brit in South Africa it is. Obviously, I know the minimum wage is very low here, but it's mad what you can get for your money. Absolutely crazy. This is Parkhurst. I'm done here now, so I'm going to head back to the city. This is a really nice area. I wish I had more time. Feels like it could be a bit lively on a Friday or Saturday night, but unfortunately I'm out of time. But yeah, it's giving me like Australia vibes. It's giving me like Ponsonby Road in New Zealand, in Auckland. Remind me of that, just a cool little street with a few bars and pubs and restaurants and ice cream and shops and stuff. So yeah, it's a cool little spot. Right, I'm gonna head back to the city. Honestly, can't believe this is like 15 minutes away from where I'm staying. Worlds apart. Worlds apart. Obviously, still go, like I said, still go to security, but it's just like, it's mad. I feel safe. I don't even feel like I'm in South Africa. I feel like, yeah, like I'm in Oz, or UK, or New Zealand. Completely safe. Anyway, I'm gonna go. Catch you guys in a bit. Back to the city we go.